What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Hello.
Alec Funnel.
You ever going to tell anybody what the fucking G stands for?
What? Excuse me?
Carry on.
What the fuck just happened? And Waffle.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, It has come to my attention that Celine Dion has a literal warehouse filled with 10,000 pairs of shoes. And let's be real, each pair of these shoes have got a range like starting at the $500 per pair minimum. But that's not all. She has so many goddamn shoes that she has a computerized organization system built into this warehouse that sorts, organizes, and rotates the distribution of shoes by style so that she can fucking find what she needs and rotate through all of them. And in case that wasn't enough for you, the shelves in the warehouse are encrusted in fucking diamond. How does that make you feel?
I feel like that's not true.
She said it.
But at the same time, she gets people to carry her on and off stages.
Yeah, this isn't like some
using the shoes.
This isn't like some random report. This is something she said herself. Like, it's real.
Her shoes will
and
go
that's on. They will, and on. Probably not on her feet though, because that's a lot of pairs. Like, what
when
the
she sings
fuck?
that song, she's singing to her shoes.
Jesus Christ, Jazz. How the shit was your week, and how many pairs of shoes do you own?
I own 2 pairs of shoes. One
That's
of them
a
is
lot.
a winter boot, and the other one is my regular shoes.
Are they on a diamond encrusted shelf?
They're on a carpet that I bought at the dollar store.
That's way better.
They're pretty broken. I removed the soles when I dyed my hair.
You removed their soles?
Yeah. And if I fucking showed you how many shoes my roommate has, that'd be a whole different story.
Is it 10,000?
It's not a warehouse full, but I'm pretty sure if we had money to afford a warehouse, it would be.
Wow.
Yeah, and if she's listening right now, fucking sell your shoes. Just kidding.
No, sell their souls.
Sarah, yeah.
Souls are more valuable.
Souls. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's enough about my shoes. Is this my week? Is this what?
Yeah.
What? I didn't do much this week. I mean, I chased around a lot of people to do voices, and I'm honing down on that, but that's for later. Other than that, I didn't really watch much of anything. Like, I watched a lot of war movies, but not classics like I used to. And I didn't play anything new.
How dare you?
Well, okay. Listen. I didn't play anything new exactly.
The fuck does that mean?
I tried something new for like 5 minutes, was confused to all shit, and then gave up and raged about it for like 20 minutes after that. And this game was Fortnite.
Oh no.
Okay.
I decided to just try, just to fucking see what the big thing is all about. And literally, I'm like, I don't understand what. I just don't understand. It
Sounds like my first time playing it.
Yeah, it's bleh.
I haven't reinstalled it.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna uninstall it too.
Oh no.
But yeah, I tried to look around for new games to get, but all the games I want to get are like $20, and basically that means I have to get one. Although we have decided on which one.
Yay.
I'm gonna save that for later. It'll be a secret for now, but Shaun knows.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to get some other game played later. Shaun knows.
I'll have to buy it too because I don't have it either.
Wow! Do it while it's on sale.
Well, I'm not buying that digital garbage. What are you talking about?
Wow. Well, then I'm not buying it at all. I don't want to play with you physical disc jerks.
What?
I don't know. I had nowhere to go with that. I've been playing more Lost in Nightmares.
Lost in those nightmares? I love that game.
Life is strange.
Life is nightmares.
I was gonna say Last of Us. I was gonna say Lost in Nightmares. Fucking shit, fuck. But yeah, Life is Strange. I've been trying to get a platinum on the prequel.
You still haven't gotten that platinum?
Listen.
I mean, good job. Keep going.
You haven't even played it.
What do you want?
So shut up. I'm close. I'm missing like maybe 5 graffitis. I'm not too sure, but we're getting close. And yeah, I've been hanging out with people, working on stuff. But again, that's for later. That's all.
That's all.
My week was boring.
Wow, it was good. It was a solid week. I'm proud of you.
Solid.
Good. Speaking of a Metal Gear Solid week, Alec, did you have a good week? Did you buy any fancy shoes?
Well, I had a pretty good week. I played Resident Evil, got another trophy done. Talk about shoes. I got these boots, and these boots are made for walking. And that's just what they do.
I did this to
One of
myself.
these days, these boots are going to
Set
walk
him
wherever
up.
you, Sean.
You set him up.
I
Yep,
set
you
him
did.
up the bomb.
You gave me the time to go off and find the lyrics to the song.
Yeah, well, Alec, if the shoe
Yes?
fits.
Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, so that's 2 songs. You don't know where the first one. Anyway,
I got 2 songs.
Dante will, point it out. So, yeah, my week was kind of simple. Play Resident Evil, as I said. Did some stuff which I'll save for the updates. Next.
Wow.
Wow.
You're always so concise.
Ah,
Waffle,
also got WWE.
you got a what?
I got WWE again.
Oh, you did get it? Good. That's good. for multiple things, which we'll talk about at another time. Waffle, how was your week? Oh, and being a waffle, how do you find shoes that fit on you? That you fit into
Waffles don't
being
go in
round.
shoes.
Well, if you roll the waffle up and stuff it in, they tend to fit in shoes.
It's just stuff it in. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Yeah. The highlight of my week was the box of tea I just got. So that says a lot about my week.
Wow.
Other than that, yeah, I did some Dead by Daylight and some other games that are not new at all.
Were they new to you?
No.
Oh.
Smite and League of Legends,
Oh no.
both of which I've been playing for years.
I'm
So
sorry.
not new.
Need to get back on that.
Don't do
It's
it.
fun.
It's a tarp.
You're a tarp.
Wow.
It's fun.
Calling me blue? Go
Yeah,
on.
And to go back to the question you only asked Jazz and no one else, I own 3 pairs of shoes.
What?
That's more than me.
I semi asked you that. It was
You
like
asked how I put shoes on, not how many I have.
Consistency pants.
it was more of a you know what? Fine. Try to be creative over here, and you gotta fucking step on my dreams
With your shoes.
with your shoes.
that w-
You also didn't ask me.
You know what? Fuck you. Fuck all of you and your shoes.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Anything else, Waffle? Go on.
Honestly,
Go
no.
on.
That's really it. A box of tea and some old games.
And you got some shoes, you said?
No, I just own 3 pairs.
Oh. Is there one? Wait, why was I gonna say maple themed? You're not in the Canada.
Sticky shoes. Sticky shoes.
Excuse
Yeah,
me? Yes, I am.
Oh, are you?
2 against
Yes.
1, bitch.
I thought you weren't currently in Canada, but are Canadian. Is that not true?
I don't know where you heard that from, but those rumors are false. I am in
Okay.
Canada.
The rumors are spreading
And the
across
manatees are coming
the
after
board.
you right now.
I don't know why I
Wasn't
thought
me,
that.
swear.
I don't know either.
I don't fucking know. I know nothing, okay?
Apparently.
Wow. You got shoes, I know that. 3 pairs. And they're all
None of
in
them are.
Canada.
Well, one of them's 2 weeks old, but
Ooh, see?
one of them
You
I
got
got
new
from-
shoes. I knew it.
I guess since the last podcast, but not this week. I also have shoes I got off Wish.com for $4.
Are they garbage? I hear everything that comes off that app or whatever is garbage.
They're surprisingly not garbage.
Really? I guess
They're
it depends on
combat
what you
boots,
buy.
and they're actually quite nice.
Because like there's a lot of like knockoff technology and stuff like that from what I hear.
Everything on Wish is a knockoff.
Well, I knew
these are
that, but like
well-made
when you're
knockoffs.
dealing with technology, that's typically not good. Like you can get away with it when
Yeah.
it's like clothing or something like that. But if you need it
bought
to
more stuff than I
work
care
electronically,
to admit on Wish.com.
is that your number one app? Is it where you do all your shopping? Can you buy food from there? Tea?
You probably could, but I would not.
Yeah, that sounds scary.
The quality of some of the stuff I've gotten would suggest that they would be shipping you rat poison, not food.
Oh
but,
no.
you know.
That's what I really wanted.
That's what I really wanted from the
I
beginning.
didn't want to look it up.
Nice. Is that the end of your beautiful week?
Yes.
Wonderful. Hello.
We're out of
How
time.
many shoes do you
We're out
need?
of time. Thanks for joining us, everybody. What? That doesn't even make sense.
Time for some shoes.
Time for the
How many
end.
shoes do you own, Shaun?
I don't even know. 43? I don't know.
You own
Not
3
many.
shoes?
3 shoes, so 1.5
In case you lose
pairs.
You poor bastard. I'm going to send you a parcel full of shoes.
Let's
Yeah.
everybody send Shaun some shoes.
Oh no.
Just one shoe, though. No matching pairs.
And we'll address it to Shoonathan Squeedus this time.
Shoonathan. Yeah, they'll put that on my fucking mailbox next. Yeah. I had a week. You know that.
Yeah, no one cares.
Okay.
Wow! What'd you do this week? Say that at your funeral.
What did your shoes do this week? Anyway, I watched an awesome show called The Boys, and
I've been watching that.
yeah, it's an Amazon Prime exclusive show that takes place in like a superhero populated universe in which like the people with superpowers have this like celebrity status and hero image that they kind of present to themselves like to the public, that like, oh, they're good superhero guys, and like they push social media and like have this persona where they're like good guys and they do no wrong, you know, typical superhero stuff. But in reality, they're like super shithead douchebags, and like they cause all these problems and fucking kill people, and like just they're terrible people basically. And like there's a handful of like actual superheroes in there, but like most of them are just real assholes. But like because of all the damage that they cause and the things that they do, like they end up, you know, killing loved ones and like just doing all these fucked up things, and like they end up ruining several people's lives, and these guys kind of group together to kind of go against the superheroes and bring them down, and they're called the Boys. That's why it's called The Boys. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of like a really dark version of like DC's kind of universe. There's like a knockoff Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman and all that, but they're all like just corrupt, fucked up versions of them. It's really, really interesting. If you have Amazon Prime, I definitely recommend giving it a watch. It's only like I think 8 episodes, but it's awesome. I like it a lot. I hope it does well enough to get another season, because it didn't conclude, which I mean, it's a TV show, so I mean, they never do. They always end on a cliffhanger, but I don't like that, because if it doesn't get picked up for another season, it's like, oh, fuck, well, there's no closure. But yeah, really good show. Really like that. I also played some video games. I played more Dead by Daylight with all 3 of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been
I don't
trying...
remember that.
You know what? You remember. I've been trying to grind out those trophies on that, so I mean that's kind of been really mainly what I've been playing. But I did actually play a new game this week, unlike some fucking people, but that's fine.
Wow. Played Fortnite.
That doesn't count. That's not a video game.
That's true.
It's garbage.
It's in the garbage folder.
Exactly where it belongs. But the new game for me this week was Overcooked. That game is hard as fuck, especially in single player. So like the way that game works is, so you have like 2 chefs, and you have to kind of run them around, and it's kind of like a task management kind of thing where like you got to balance what you're doing. Like it takes like 15 to 20 seconds to do like each individual task. So you got to like take one chef and he fucking gets the lettuce and puts it on the table and starts to cut it up, and that takes time. And then you got to switch over to the other one and then make them cook meat or whatever and shit. And so like you have like X amount of time to fulfill like these orders and shit. And it's just about like managing your time and stuff. But like meanwhile, there's like crazy shit happening. Like the fucking environment is falling apart or whatever. It's weird. It's a fun little indie game, but that's a good time. It's definitely built to be a co-op game though. So like playing it in single player is really hard because it's not really meant to play that way, clearly. And I think it's only couch co-op. I couldn't find like an online like multiplayer mode, which is kind of disappointing, especially since it's like obviously intended to function that way. So I gotta kind of play like a watered down version of it, which kind of sucks.
Lame.
But yeah, it's fun. It seems like it'll be short, which is good for me because I can actually go through the whole game, not only play 2% of it and then have to move on. But yeah, I should be able to actually beat that one pretty quick. There's no platinum trophy because it's a fucking indie game.
You're not gonna be on it for like 3 years.
Wow.
No, but that's what we do.
No, it's good. It's good. I should be able to 100% it and all that good stuff and not have to spend like fucking 2 years playing it. So that's always good. But yeah, that's about all I had going on. Yay.
Yeah. Still waiting for your game.
Waiting for my game?
No, they're still waiting for. In my head I was like, oh, but you did get something, but then I'm like, oh no, we're still waiting for that. And then for some reason I just said it out loud.
Wow.
I don't remember
I'm
how to think.
actually waiting on 2 games, but yeah, I didn't play them, so I'm not going to talk about those.
No.
That'll be next week. Yeah, it's time for some news. What the fuck is that? A bird? It's a plane.
It's a
dick.
Hot dog. Oh.
It's your ass.
Wow. It's giraffes or your ass. I don't know what you said. Could be either.
It depends on what you want to.
It's a giraffe's ass.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Depends on what you want me to say.
So the news is kind of going to be probably a shit show because I could only throw notes together for a couple of these, and some of these are like, I don't know, deep topics that deserve more time and attention than I was able to put into them. So some of these we'll kind of probably just touch on briefly because I think we should talk about them. A lot of serious gaming stuff going on this past week. So maybe we'll just kind of talk about some of that stuff briefly, and then we can dive into it a little bit deeper at a later time when I have time to kind of flesh things out and do my research and stuff like that. But we will start out with Call of Duty. The next Call of Duty title is trying to be a more compelling experience, but at what cost? Boom, boom, boom. Call of Duty Modern Warfare seems to be kind of a hot topic. Activision is trying to evolve the franchise by pushing the story to new heights by showing the horrors of war in a compelling narrative way. The new title puts you in kind of questionable situations where you're forced to make morally gray decisions, such as like killing a terrorist in their home in front of their family, or like playing as a child and being forced to like kill an attacker as a kid to protect like your siblings and things like that. And of course, it's controversial material and everybody's freaking out about it, talking about how it's wrong to glorify or gamify things like that. But the whole point is to bring these terrible things to light and talk about it. You know, these are things that soldiers and people in war have dealt with and are dealing with, and it's not glorifying it. It's not saying, hey, look at this awesome thing, you know, be more like this, go kill people. You know, it's saying this is a real and very terrible part of war. And I feel like the public should know the nitty-gritty of war and what it does to people and what that looks like so that they can fully understand the gravity of what it is and how it looks like and how it affects loved ones, you know, who have been through this shit and like they go to war and it changes them. And like these are the fucked up things that they're dealing with that do that to them. So it's kind of nice to to be able to experience that and kind of see that, so that, I mean, not really that it's relatable, but that you can kind of have a better understanding of like, you know, wow, these are real things that are going on, and maybe things that you never really thought about. It's kind of cool to see that, using video games as a platform to deliver that and kind of give you that understanding and that perspective. It's a good thing.
Like on the same line, they're allowing movies to be made about like the struggles of somebody. Like I don't want to like cut off, but like I watched a movie about this guy who like was running for the Olympics, and then he joined the war as a fighter, and he got captured by the Japanese, and the whole movie is like his fucking survival through the prisoner camps. And I just like, it made me look at it a whole different way. I'm like holy fuck, all those Holocaust jokes I made are just like horrible compared to like all the shit. But then like in a video game you get to experience it better, so I don't see why they would allow movies and then bitch about the game. That's like no.
Yeah. It makes no sense. And I feel like video games are probably the better way to kind of show that and make it a talking point, because you are in it. You know, you can, like, it's more, you're more invested, and it's more of an experience than just a talking point, because you're there and it's affecting you and you're dealing with the situation rather than just reading about it or hearing about it. You know, it's more impactful in that way. You know, it's not just because it is a video game, you know, it has game in the title. I think people perceive that differently, but like, it's an interactive experience portraying an important message that should be a talking point. You know, we should know about these things. And I think especially like with Call of Duty, typically Call of Duty is that kind of like fucking bro dude, go in there and fucking murder everything, blow shit up, be a racist kind of environment. So it's cool to see them kind of trying to spin that around and be like, okay, well, this is more compelling. It is touching on more important things in kind of a more sensitive way. You know, it's not, you know, go in there and kill shit. It's like, oh, look at this fucking horrible thing that happens in real life and that people deal with, and, you know.
And guaranteed the people who complain would be like the first people who would let their kids play like Grand Theft Auto, where all you're learning is how to rob cars.
Yeah, right. Why aren't we talking about that?
Why would you want him to learn how people in history felt going through these things, instead of just like punching hookers and stealing their cars,
shooting cops, that sort of thing?
You can't, as long as you don't smoke.
Yeah, as long as you don't smoke, it's fine. But yeah, that's not even all of it. So the story continues as a new kill streak in multiplayer has been revealed as white phosphorus. So again, in our 2019 don't offend anyone, walk on eggshells culture, apparently a line was crossed there. Like, if you don't know what white phosphorus is, it's a chemical used in warfare as like a smoke screen and to like mark enemies, but it also causes severe burn damage to skin on contact, and it really kind of fucks you up. Again, this is a war game about war. This is a real chemical that is used against human beings. Everyone should be aware that this is a thing that we do and that it's fucked up and wrong. But that's what war is. Just because it's awful and horrible doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it. You know, also, let's not talk about the fact that this is a war game about shooting and stabbing and killing people, you know, typically based on real events. Like, all that's fine. But white phosphorus? No, fuck you. Don't white put phosphorus. That in there.
Fuck. Is that what the kill streak is called?
White phosphorus? I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's the weapon. I mean, that's what you use. Like, what's the fucking difference, you know, using that or fucking calling a airstrike or whatever? Like, we can blow people into tiny little pieces of flesh, but don't burn them. That's a road, that's a bridge too far. I mean, what are we fucking talking about here?
Bridge too far. It's a World War II movie. Anyway. I think we should limit games to just shooting people in the dick, and that's the only thing.
That's the only place that causes damage.
The people can keep running.
Yeah, it's stupid that we have to make this into such a huge issue over nothing. Like, this should be a good thing. But beyond all that, like, this is a video game. No, let's talk about the fact that Activision is trying to take their storytelling up a notch and talk about something real, or the fact that a Call of Duty game of all games is going to be supporting like crossplay, which is a fucking big deal in general as far as games like as a whole, let alone like nobody expected Call of Duty to do that. Well, no, we're not talking about that. They're for the first time in like a decade, there's no season pass. Like, that's fucking crazy, and that's a cool thing that they're doing. They're putting, co-op into story mode for the first time. Like, Activision is trying to do all these really impactful gameplay things and trying to do a compelling, important story, and everybody's just shitting on it. It's like Call of Duty, like, this is a shitty franchise that everybody hates because it's just simple, mindless fucking shoot 'em ups, but they're doing all the right things to turn things around, and then we're just gonna fucking focus on this bullshit and fucking tear it apart and overlook all the cool things that it's doing on multiple levels. It's
hopefully they don't
sad.
like change all of that and just decide to make it a regular shooting game again.
And they might,
people complain.
because they're getting all this fucking backlash. Like,
I would love to do the. I would love if the campaigns were player or co-op, like in the World War II and stuff. Like, that's what's missing from the campaign. I don't always want to just shoot people in the face.
Yeah, and I think that's part of why, like, they got rid of the campaign in which game? The one before World War II, right? Or no?
That's like the.
Or
only
was it Black
Call of
Ops
Duty game
4? I don't remember. They got rid of the campaign in one of them, and I feel like the reason they did that is because like nobody plays this story anymore, for the most part, and it's like, why waste all that money? And the reason for that is because it is kind of stale. Like, Call of Duty stories it's always the same thing. It's just you, and you go through this linear story and blah blah blah, and it isn't compelling, and it's not doing anything special or impactful or meaningful. So it's just like mindless. But like, now they're trying to do something interesting with meaning, and they're making it so that you can do co-op and stuff. Like, these are good things, but we're not talking about any of that. This is like a negative situation instead of a really positive one, like it should be. I don't get it.
The world.
Yeah, it is, and I don't like it. The world is garbage. Let's burn it down. Let's cover it in white phosphorus.
Shoes.
Yeah, cover it in shoes. There you go. Shoe bombs.
Fucking shoe factory.
We'll turn the world into a shoe factory. Electronic Arts released its 2019 fourth quarter sales, and digital sales are fucking dominating, which I don't like. But digital net sales for the trailing 12 months was $3.7 billion, which was a 5% increase from the previous year and represents 75% of their total sales. That is crazy. At this point, like, they're getting so close to just being like, do we even need to do physical anymore? And that's kind of a scary thing for people like me. And another thing I think is kind of shitty is, like, think of all the extra money that they made by eliminating packaging and distribution costs by just selling direct digital sales. And, like, none of that's reflected in the cost. It costs the same amount to buy a physical game, sometimes more, or I mean a digital game, sometimes more than it does to buy a physical game on disc. Why doesn't it cost less? It costs less money to distribute that shit, and they're making more profit because of it. And when the majority of their sales are digital, there's no reason why they can't pass some of that savings on to the consumer.
Yeah.
But why would they do that? They'd be losing money.
Exactly, because they're fucking assholes.
Because they know people will pay no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If someone's going to spend the same amount, they're going to sell it for the same amount.
But like, that's the thing. Why are we just like, that's cool, whatever.
Because we don't have to leave the house.
But like, we're doing them a favor by making it easier and cheaper to distribute their games. Nobody's talking about the fact that they could be lowering the price it costs to buy that game because the costs are down. Like, why isn't that a talking point whatsoever?
Yeah.
It just seems weird. Like we complain about so many things, but it's like there's these blatant, obvious things that like should raise a couple of flags, and everyone's just like, that's fine.
They complain more about content instead of like what they're paying for it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll pay the $100 for this on not having anything in my hands, but as long as there's none of this and that and change this and change that.
Yeah, it just like you would think that would just be a common thing. It's like, okay, well, I mean, I'm just technically getting less, right? Because I mean, even if you don't know that you're just paying for a license, you're still like you're not getting a physical thing. So I mean, that alone is just like, okay, well, it should be cheaper, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at their sales, it's like, well, fuck. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But it's sad. I mean, it's
2019.
It's good because if they did do that, I mean, the percentages would be even higher towards digital sales. You know, that'd be just another reason to buy digital. But it just seems shitty. Like, since obviously things are going to go digital at some point, it's going to happen. It'd be nice to see them doing the right thing and being like, oh, well, you know what? We're making all this extra money and, you know, we're saving on costs. It'd be nice to pass some percentage of that on to the consumer that's giving us all this money, you know, just, you know, little things, building a relationship with the gaming community. It's, you know, especially like Electronic Arts, like they're not the greatest company in the world. You know, it'd be nice for them to do some PR shit and kind of build up their reputation a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great opportunity to do something like that. And they don't have to eat the cost and like, you know, give us all the value. Like, split it. You know, just bring it down somewhat. Make it $5 cheaper or something. That's a realistic thing that you could do as an incentive to keep pushing digital, which is obviously beneficial to them. It's fucking really shitty. They just don't give a shit. They just want their money.
Yeah. Fucking greed.
And nobody's
greed.
questioning it. You know, so why would they?
Yeah, they're like, they haven't noticed.
Yeah, clearly. And if they haven't noticed by now, like it's almost like it's too late. It's like if 75% of their sales are digital already, like it's not going to become an issue, right? They're already buying it without any question. So it's already, the time for that has come and gone. And it's like, oh, okay, well, great. Good job, everybody.
Great.
We did this. Congratulations.
You asked for it.
You asked for it and you got it.
Yes. Shitty.
Yeah, video games are kind of gross these days. It makes me sad. Makes me sad.
Great.
Speaking of gross things in video games, Crash Team Racing adds microtransactions.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Crash Team Racing has been praised specifically for not including microtransactions, and we've even talked about that on the show. It was refreshing to see that all the unlockable content was earned through game progression. The only problem that it really had was the amount of currency earned was kind of oddly low, which made you kind of have to go in and grind a lot more than you really should have to unlock that content, which kind of seemed suspicious and like a weird design model. But now we know why. Activision has announced that they will be implementing in-game currency packs that you can buy with your real-life money dollars.
$20.
To be fair, anyone who's played that game should have seen it coming. I love that game. I've played it a lot. But from the start, it was obvious that they were heading towards doing that.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it was questionable, like right out the gate. Like, why does it take so much time and effort to get that currency to unlock things? Yeah. But the problem is, like, adding microtransactions post-launch is super fucking scummy. Because like you've already sold the game to consumers pretty much on false pretenses. It's like, hey guys, come buy our game, no microtransactions here, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then it's like, so you think, you know, if there's no microtransactions out the gate, you would have to assume you'd earn everything through realistic in-game progression, and it sets an expectation that can factor into you buying the game, and it's fucked. You know, at least if you're going to do microtransactions, be transparent about it. Be like, hey, this is what you're buying into. This is going to be a part of how the game functions and how you unlock things. You're setting the expectation, and that weighs into buying the game. Like, when you leave that out of the conversation, because everybody, or not everybody, but the majority of people don't like microtransactions. It's a gross thing and nobody wants to talk about it because, it's a sore spot. So when you intentionally leave that out of the final product and then you put that in after the fact, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
A little bit there, yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's a good word.
It is. I don't fucking like it. So a couple things we'll just kind of touch on that I didn't get to kind of go in and do notes on, but I guess there's been several shootings recently. I guess they haven't really stopped. They've been kind of going on here and there, but I guess there are two more recent ones, and Trump made a statement that kind of wrapped video games into the conversation and started, talking about like video games being a part of the issue and kind of enabling that behavior and stuff like that by, having violent video games that kids can get into and be rewarded for killing and doing all these terrible things, and that facilitates, gun violence and shootings and things like that, which, we've all talked about a million times. Is fucking bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. But it's sad that, we kind of went through this conversation a couple of times and, we moved on from it. But every time there's a shooting, we circle back and then we start having that same conversation again. Like, oh, it's video games. And it's fucking horse shit, and it makes things worse when you have like important people like the fucking president saying shit like that. It influences people and it paints a picture, and and then gamers have to get defensive, and it can damage the brand and its sales and all these things. And we're already at a point where like censorship is going up, and we're walking on eggshells, and it's like we can't do anything or speak out about fucking things without it becoming a problem. And it's like things like this just make it fucking worse. And it's like it's going to get to the point where it's like, oh, well, I'm not even allowed to say, it's not video games' fault because I'm just going to get fucking blown up on the internet and I'm going to be like a fucking gun supporter and a fucking Nazi or whatever. And it's just making it easier for this to be validated, basically, to the point where like Walmart is pulling down fucking advertisements for violent content, specifically video games, but like all their advertisements for any game that has violence in it, all the Walmart stores have to pull that signage down. Any demos, like video game demos that have violent video games, they have to shut those down. Even like videos and advertisements for like hunting shit, like they have to take all that down. But like what does that fucking even accomplish? It's just like another form of censorship and putting the blame, like those things aren't to blame. Hunting, not to blame. Video games and movies, not to blame.
Pretty sure it's mental illness.
Yeah, and it's like, if anything, how about you not sell the guns that people are using to fucking do the killing? Like, take the guns out of Walmart if you're gonna do something, because like mental illness and people that want to fucking murder people need the guns to do it. That's an immediate connection. You need the guns to do the shootings. Like, take out the guns.
Right.
But even
people
that,
don't
like,
kill people. Guns kill people.
Yeah, and even that, I think even that's too far. We need to make sure that we're doing proper screenings and identifications, and like, if you're gonna buy a gun, like, you need to be fit to have that gun. Like, we need to make that process deep enough that we're not putting guns in the wrong people's hands. You should be able to have a gun. Like, if you're mentally sound and you're not a fucking crazy person, you should be able to have a gun. And I mean, there's going to be people that seem fine and go and fucking start killing people. That's going to happen. But it's not video games. It's not video games doing it. It's not movies doing it. So why are we blaming them? Why are we pulling down signage? It's just fucking stupid. We're just looking for an easy scapegoat when there's a much bigger problem. And we've known that there's been a bigger problem for a long, long time, but nobody wants to talk about that. We just want to fucking look for the easy way out. Oh, it's games. Let's move on. Let's fucking censor games then.
Video games.
And it's like, meanwhile, okay, so now we're going to blame games and everybody's going to support that. And now we don't have violent video games anymore. And then guess what? Shootings are still going to happen. Nothing's going to change. Meanwhile, we lose whatever our freedom, options, like this medium goes away. Like that's a thing that can happen just because we're blaming things that we shouldn't be, and it's being a part of the conversation, and people jump on board with that, and whether it's right or wrong, like if enough people support it, that's reality.
Yeah, fuck. I hate what everything's come down to now. Like, we'll point the finger at the first thing we can see, which of course is video games, because everyone's on their fucking games now. I hate it. I agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, I also don't see the point of guns at all. Like, if you're in the military and your whole job is controlling like issues, like the wars and stuff, fine, yes, guns. And if you're hunting, fine. But there's no reason for, if everybody has a gun at home because they're mentally stable, that's just a reason for a gun to be in a house, which is like waiting for an accident to happen.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, who's to say, okay, well, when they bought the gun, they were fine, but then over time, something happens, or they become unstable, or whatever.
Exactly, and the fact that the gun is there, it's like, oh my god, I'm like losing my shit right now. I could punch a wall. No, wait, here's a gun. I'm just gonna fucking shoot someone.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a good point too. It's like, okay, so you got a gun in your house. You're not gonna go sit down and play Call of Duty and be like, oh, I got a gun. I'm gonna go fucking kill a motherfucker. That's not a realistic thing that's gonna happen. What's going to happen is like something is going to affect that person, probably emotionally. You know, they get cheated on, or somebody fucks them over, or something, whatever. A thing happens that affects that person mentally or emotionally, and they've got the gun in the house. That's going to drive them to do the bad thing.
Yeah.
So where's the game come in?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it.
And that causes retaliation, and then blah, 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 and suddenly everybody's got fucking guns. Like, sorry, if you fucking work at Walmart or Starbucks and you go home and you have a gun, there's no reason. Like, you're a regular person with no reason for a gun. And if something goes wrong and you're like, well, I didn't touch my gun, so clearly it's people who play video games because, you know, at least my gun is for protection. Video games are just encouraging people to use guns, so I'm going to blame them.
Yeah, honestly, if anything, video games should be an outlet to release some of that feeling. You know, like if you do feel like, oh, I need to go kill a motherfucker, like if you can go and do it in a video game, that releases that to some extent. You know, it's a tool to kind of do that without going and doing it. You know?
Exactly.
It should make you feel better. not influence you to go do that for real. It doesn't fucking make any sense. You know, if anything, it should be like sports fanatics. Like those are the dangerous ones. Let's blame sports. Those people get fucking crazy. Like you don't see anybody lose their mind. Well, I mean a little bit. Typically kids when they're playing video games, but like you don't see a lot of adults like freak out and lose their shit when they get killed in a fucking Call of Duty or something like that. But like in sports, like my fucking brother, like he's gotten into physical fights with people over sports. He fucking stands up and like screams and yells at the players and the other fans on the other team. Like they get fucking really hostile.
People who play video games don't start riots and looting when they lose, but sports fans do.
Exactly. Like you
they
have
do
your
it when they win too.
You have your team fucking lose in a sporting events, typically like soccer or something like that, and you have like a fucking riot that takes over the town. Like that never happens with video games. Why are we talking about sports? Sports enables aggression. We can't fucking play baseball or football anymore, everybody. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, at least stick to like completely harmless sports like hockey.
Yeah, no violence in hockey.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. No one gets hurt ever.
And Microsoft talked a little bit about Halo Infinite being cross-platform, and just the kind of the way that they put it out there is kind of making people talk about like Xbox Scarlet and Xbox One games are going to be. It's kind of it's going to function like a PC basically, is what it seems like, where like Halo Infinite's going to come out as a Microsoft game. Like it's not going to be, oh, you can buy it on Xbox One or you can buy it on Scarlet. It's just going to be Halo 5, and then you can take that disc or digital version or whatever the fuck that looks like, and you can play it on whatever you want to. The Xbox One, you can play it on the Scarlet, and then they're doing their streaming shit, so you can play it on your phone or your computer or whatever. So it's kind of turning into its own version of like what Google Stadia is going to be, where it's just like you buy a game and then you can experience it on all the platforms. So like there's like backwards compatibility isn't even really going to be a thing anymore, because everything's just going to be automatically integrated into one system, which I don't understand. That makes zero sense to me, because it defeats the point of having a console.
Right.
Like, a console is supposed to be just like an easy way to experience like a snapshot of technology. Like, it's like you got the PS2 and you have that technology and those games on that system. It's easy. There's no messing around. There's no multiple versions of hardware that you can get. It's simple, and it is what it is. And then you have PC that you can upgrade and you can play it how you want to. And then like that's got your streaming and all this shit. Like, why, if everything's just going to function like a PC, why have anything other than a PC? Like, wouldn't it just be easier and more convenient to just have PC then? I just don't understand how that's appealing to anybody. Why would you want that?
It's the video game equivalent of like iPhone. Like, who needs a computer now if your phone does everything but make calls?
Well, I mean, that's a little different, because your computer is going to be more like, there's going to be games and stuff like that you can't run on a phone because it's not powerful enough. But even that's starting to thin, like that line's starting to blur, where most things do run on everything. And obviously that's just going to get more and more enforced as we go forward, where you can just hardware is not going to matter anymore. It's going to be completely streaming. So, you can play anything anywhere.
Yeah.
But like that
Switch that lets you do that.
Like, that would make consoles even better. Like, to have a console that you can just, have more powerful and focused gaming rather than convenience and streaming everywhere, You could flip the scales almost and make the console the more powerful gaming platform, and then PC could be your more like accessible, You just have your game and you stream it wherever the fuck you want to, because, hardware doesn't matter anymore. But like, when everything turns into the same thing, why have variety? Why have choices when it's at the end of the day, if everything's the same, why confuse it? Why have different brands and fucking names for things when they all do the same thing? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
To have the same name.
Yeah, just make everything PC and move on or whatever. It's dumb. Just doesn't make sense that people would want or support that. Like, nobody's explained to me the benefit there. Like, Waffle, you're more of a console gamer too, right? You're not PC. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I want to bring, I don't know, maybe, well, Cody's still, maybe Nick. I know he's PC. He's like the only person I know that's PC, like, primarily. So I want to understand, like, I'd like to understand what the appeal is. Maybe I'm missing something there, but like, looking at it, like, from my perspective, logically, it doesn't make any sense to have that. It just dilutes and confuses the experience.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Fake piece of crap, man.
Wow. Oh yeah, so I don't remember if it was last podcast or the one before that, but I talked about the that Resident Evil Ambassador program, and like the Japanese people are gonna get invitations to go play the next Resident Evil title.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they actually are going to be including people in North America as part of that as well, and I actually got an invitation to put in an application for it. So it's like, I'm not automatically in to do it, but I put in an application to qualify to be a tester for the new Resident Evil game. So hopefully that goes well and I get to play the new Resident Evil game. Yay.
The way you started that sentence, like, I got an invitation, and like, you're saying that so bluntly. Like, why aren't you more excited?
Because it's like, it's...
I do have stuff to add on to this too.
Oh yeah.
You don't actually need an invitation to apply to it. Anyone can just go to their website and apply to it.
Oh really?
Getting an invitation to it isn't actually that big of a deal. And in North America, it's just in New York and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
They're looking for testers. So if you can get out there, I think the testing dates are end of September. You could possibly test it.
Yep.
And there hasn't actually been confirmation it's a new Resident Evil game. It's just
Do you have to
they're
go to
sending it out to the Resident Evil ambassadors.
I was like, do you have to go to Japan? Oh. Or do they send
Yeah,
it to you?
that's just kind of dumb. Like, why have the ambassador program where you're supposed to get like exclusive like insider like information and content when you can just go get all that content from the website? Like, why even have
You
the
do
program?
still have to sign up to the ambassador program to apply, but you don't have to be invited to apply, which
I
is
see.
still stupid.
Yeah, it seems kind of like an unnecessary step.
Because
Why not
I
just put
wasn't
it on the
signed
website?
up for that program, but I looked up the ambassador program and signed up for it. And it's like, congratulations, you can now apply to test our game. I'm like, oh,
That's
okay.
dumb.
But I'm nowhere near New York or California or
I don't
wherever
give
it
a
is.
shit.
So
I'll fly out there. I put in my application. But yeah, it's
if I wasn't broke, I would.
I'll fucking make it happen. But yeah, I mean, it is supposed to be a new Resident Evil game. They just didn't say
Is
what
it?
it is. Yeah, they didn't say what that means though. Like we talked about on the podcast, like that could be anything. It could be playtesting the new shitty VR game that they're releasing, or it could be, I mean, it could be Remake 3 if that's a thing. It could be Resident Evil 8. It could be something completely brand new, but it is a new Resident Evil project. They did confirm that.
Could be Resident Evil
Oh.
Gate 2.
I will kill you. If I fucking flew down to New
Operation
York or
Raccoon
California
City
or
2.
whatever to play this game and it was fucking Gaiden 2, I would kill a motherfucker. Someone would die.
Gun Survivor 3, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe actually, that's 4, I think. They're on.
Yeah, it is 4. Yeah.
Just don't bring a gun and start shooting people, okay, Sean?
Resident Evil 4 VR.
And don't smoke. Don't smoke. Don't shoot anybody.
Resident Evil 4 remake.
That would be great. Don't
remade
don't
into,
shit on
like,
that.
8-bit, like original graphics, fixed camera angles.
If they did that, I would be okay with it.
But VR.
I have a PlayStation VR. I wouldn't be upset.
Wow.
I do too.
Where? I know you do.
Wow. But yeah, that's all the major stuff I wanted to touch on. So that's news, everybody. Good job. We did it. A lot of that was really negative. I apologize, but you know, that's the fucking video game space right now.
That's the fucking generation we're in.
Yeah.
Nobody's
I
ever
did have a
happy.
positive one, but, you know.
Hey, throw it in there. We need the positivity. We need the positive
Okay.
energy.
Bring us
So, a special educational needs school in England has officially added gaming into the school's curriculum.
What?
And it actually helps the special educational needed students in their communication and problem solving skills. So, up yours, gaming does help. Fuck you!
They must be using older games because everything nowadays is mindless and fucking bullshit.
You know, as soon as one of the kids with like mental illness goes over the edge and starts shooting people, they're gonna be like, "We should never have brought the video games
Oh
here.
God,
What
right?
did we do?"
There's still good news.
Video games forced
yeah,
me to kill my dog. I don't know
It's
why.
really cool though, like that they're opening up to that. Like, hey, video games are helping these kids develop more, so maybe we
Yeah.
should just integrate it into the school program.
Yeah, I mean, video games have the potential to be really educational and used for learning skills, you know, and just increasing brain activity and problem solving and like there's a lot of good to come out of video games, but let's not talk about that. I mean, why would we talk about good, positive,
Right.
encouraging
But I mean,
things?
also, you said this was in London, right? Or somewhere
In
England?
England, so it's probably nearer London
Yeah,
anyway.
they don't have guns there.
Yeah,
Aren't the
We
cops
just-
not supposed to carry guns in England?
we get a stern written warning from the cops saying, please don't do that ever again.
Please don't carry this gun.
They smack your bum with a nightstick.
Oh, no, they have to do
Yeah.
paperwork for that.
I heard the cops literally cannot carry a gun unless they're part of like the SWAT or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Good job,
Thank
Alec.
Why
Way
can't we
way
have
to
like Alec?
way to bring us up from the video game
Yeah.
gutter,
Yeah.
From the swamp.
from the swamp. All right, so, Alec,
Yes.
you want to play a game?
Want to play a game?
Okay. It's time for the new game.
A
It's
new
called-
game.
Bitches and Ladders.
Wow,
Okay. So,
we're gonna be attacked for this. You know that?
why? I changed it enough so the people that own snakes and ladders can't sue us.
all the bitches are gonna be mad because we're.
Now we have to climb ladders.
Oh God.
Okay, so brief explanation of rules. So the game's basically loosed on snakes and ladders. Everyone should know what snakes and ladders are.
I know what it is, but I've never played it because I had no childhood.
Good.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so every new player gets one free roll of a dice, which will be rolled by me because apparently it's cheating if you have your own dice.
I mean, I would cheat, so.
Wow.
I would too.
Well, he could cheat as well.
Okay, so just to make everything a little bit more quicker when I the games, it's one gaming question per person per podcast. Unless you land on a ladder panel where you would be asked a riddle question. Get that riddle question correct, you can climb the ladder. If you land on a character card, you follow what happens on the character card. The winner is the first to reach 100. They get a prize.
Is it a pair of shoes?
From
Awesome.
Celine Dion's personal warehouse.
And the loser nearest to the beginning gets a shit prize.
Wow. Is
I
it
hope
is
it's
that a
actual
literal bag of shit
Yeah, I hope
mailed
it's
to their
actual
house on
flaming
fire?
on my drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, if you guys want to play, you should get on Discord, get interacting with us, and see what happens. So,
Yeah.
new players, come on, bring it on.
How do
Bitches.
the people from home play?
No. I'm saying that the fans, if they want to, they should jump on board, make themselves be known. Maybe they get invited onto the podcast, and then they can have a play at this game as
Oh,
well.
I see.
Work your way up.
Yeah.
Just
You
to get shit
confuzzled
on.
me.
That's what I
You-
did.
Exactly.
And
Started off
we
as a
ruined
waffle, and now
his
you're-
life.
That's why I'm broke, because of you people.
No, it's because all the shoes.
Because you order tea online, you fuck.
Just because I order a box a day doesn't mean I'm broke.
Wow, I thought I was bad.
If you ordered shoes like tea, you'd be rich. No, you'd be
Wait,
poor.
what?
Never mind. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's
I
play.
think shoes cost more
Okay.
than tea. Let's go.
Waffle, you want to go first?
Oh god, okay.
Okay. Waffle, you are the yellow guy. Your
Wow,
name
really?
is
Red.
no.
Waffles are yellow.
That's
Yes.
true.
Right, so you're the yellow guy. Your name is Toby Lone. A
Toby
hard
Alone?
man. No, Toby
Is
Lone.
this an RPG? Can I be the
No.
dark elf? Wow.
Fuck up.
Be the rogue.
Toby Lone is a hard man with two bicycles made from dinosaurs.
What?
Okay.
Just run with it. Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice for you.
Ah.
You have rolled 3,
Oh.
Is that good or
and
bad?
you are on the merchant card.
Uh-oh.
No. So what happens here is I roll dice again, and whatever happens, you must comply with. So you rolled a 6, or I rolled you a 6. The merchant steals your ammo. You waste 2 turns killing his ass for spoon,
Yeah.
so you can't move anywhere for 2 turns.
But you got to kill a motherfucker with a spoon.
That happens in the story I wrote.
That puts you in first place.
A wooden
Yeah. Congrats, you're
Yeah.
winning.
Jazz gets to kill someone with a wooden spoon. in
I
that
never
story.
look at a wooden spoon differently because of you. Love those wooden spoons.
Okay.
Good job,
I'll get to
Waffle.
play again in like 4.
Yeah. This is 2 turns.
Yeah,
Okay.
do the podcast now.
Yeah, maybe. Right, okay. However, I do have a gaming question for you.
Okay.
Okay. What is Luigi's full name?
Oh my god.
That's super easy.
Isn't it Mario Luigi? Is that a thing? I don't know.
Oh, you're wrong. It's Luigi Mario.
Oh, that was close.
It was close.
So, yeah, you're definitely not going anywhere. Okay. So, next to play, it is Jazz.
Fuck.
Jazz, you are the red guy. Your name is Fred.
I'm gonna
Fred.
die at the first commercial break.
Fred enjoys watching Scooby-Doo. Let's go.
That's it. That's it.
It's a very
Okay.
underwhelming story compared
Wow.
to mine.
Fucking dinosaur bikes or whatever the fuck, and then Scooby Doo.
Right, Fred, you rolled 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Okay, your gaming question then, Fred.
Fred
Is
short
what
for
does
Jazz?
What happened with my 6? Where did I go?
you went to number 6? Nothing happened. You're just at number 6.
Okay.
Okay. So now you got a gaming question. What does the NES stand for?
Are you fucking shitting me?
It better be Nintendo Entertainment System, because otherwise I'm gonna get mad.
You are correct.
Okay, cool.
So that means you got it correct. So you get to roll again.
Aw.
Ah,
And you rolled 3, so 1, 2, 3, you are at 9. You are currently winning.
But you didn't get to kill a motherfucker with a spoon.
No.
not
I
in this
stole
game.
that from you.
Yeah, it's in my backpack.
Right, Sean. You are the blue guy.
What?
You could be. Your name is Shaunius of the Dead. An undertaker with the unhealthy obsession with the letter Q.
You know what? I'm on board with this.
I've got the best character so far.
Right. You rolled a 3. Okay.
That's the merchant
you're-
square, right?
Yeah, you're at the merchant square. So roll the dice again. 5. The merchant recovered your health.
Ooh.
Nothing happens.
It's a trap.
So you get to roll the dice again. You got 2. And that's it.
Oh, good. I
Did
don't
you-
get a
did you-
question.
No.
What the fuck?
What?
What color is the color blue?
You can have a question if you want.
No, fuck you.
Name a starter
I just don't
Pokemon
understand
in
the
Red
rules.
and Blue series. Yeah, you're right. I did fuck that one up. So yeah. Okay. So your question is: name a starter Pokemon
I
in the
do
Red
get
and
a
Blue
que-
series.
What?
Yes. Name a starter Pokemon in Red and Blue series.
Oh, fuck off. Pikachu. Pokachu.
Wow.
No, wait.
Really?
No.
Wait. It was a joke.
Hey, go on.
Fucking Squirtle.
Good. Right. Okay. Since I fucked up, I can roll your dice again. So you got 6.
I don't understand what's happening.
And you're
Me
with
neither.
Jazz. It's fine. That's the game.
Wait. I rolled like 4 times and I'm only where Jazz is.
Hey,
No. I fucked up, so I took you back to where the
consider
merchant.
yourself successful
Wow.
to be here.
I'm
Okay,
on track
so
to win that prize.
yes, you could be winning the shit prize.
Still a prize.
That's true.
Anyway,
that is true.
that's the game. Next.
Yay! We did. Wow. Wow. And now it's time for read your comments.
Jesus, you could have fucking give me a second to load the page.
Now it's time for some news. Alex.
Boo, boo.
Fine, I got it. I recovered.
Video game news.
Right. So today's read your comments is from Resident Evil Collection video.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Shire Lady commented 2 years ago. I think Capcom would be impressed? Question 1. Do you think Capcom would be impressed?
They were impressed. I sent them a picture of my collection, and it got me a signed Resident Evil 5 poster. But that was a long time ago. So my collection is a lot bigger now. So the answer is yes.
I should just take another one.
I'm gonna.
Especially at the end of the year.
Like, send me more shit. Look at all the money I gave you. Give me something.
Okay, question 2. If Capcom somehow lost their stock of a Pacific RE game and asked you for your copy, would you give it
Nope.
to them? Wow.
It depends. There'd be conditions.
Like they have to give you back the game?
Like, I would own stock in Capcom and Resident Evil, and I would have a say in the direction of the next game. Otherwise, they can get fucked. Love you, Capcom.
Okay. 123 Liz 5 commented 2 years ago. That's an awesome collection. I'd really like to see the Outbreak demo version you have. Question 1. Can we see a video on the Outbreak demo?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, but yeah, I intended to make that video, and yeah, I will definitely do that. Because it's interesting to see, like, what Outbreak was going to be. I mean, it's not like a completely different game or anything like that, but there's definitely a lot of differences.
Cyber Director asked a joining question, if you would do award plays of Outbreak.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Like, for sure I want to do that and I plan to do that, but the problem is it's a game that I want to play with other people because that's how it's intended to play, and that process is not an easy one. Like, it's not like you just download a thing and you can go play with your friends. Like, there's all kinds of hoops that you have to jump through to get that shit to play correctly and connect to the servers and do all this shit so that you can play with other people. So, like, getting everybody educated enough to set everything up and then getting in the server and actually playing the game is like a fucking nightmare.
It's actually not that difficult anymore.
Really?
A couple months ago, I set it back up, and it took me about half an hour total.
Okay, so Waffle's going to teach me how to do that, and then we'll do that soon. There's your answer.
He's going to teach me how to do that as well, so we can all play.
Well, that's what I said, motherfucker.
No, you said Waffle's going to teach you.
He's got to teach everybody that plays. You may continue.
Anyway, Dark Crow 33 commented 2 years ago. I don't know why I had 2 years ago. With a comment, damn, your kids are going to have a lot of inherent. Smiley face, impressive stuff, mate. Question, do you have any kids?
Nope.
What?
And I'm being buried with all my stuff, so.
Well, that answers question
It's
2.
going to be a deep grave.
Would they inherit any of your collection?
There you go.
No. So you, like, on your deathbed, you're literally keeping everything around you.
I won't die from, like, whatever's killing me. I'm going to, like, cover myself in Resident Evil stuff to the point where I suffocate, and that'll be it. That's how I go.
I'll be there to rob your grave.
You're right, but I won't know, so it's fine.
Cool. Jesus. Right. That was read your comments. Continue to comment, people. Then I might read yours out.
Yeah. Do it. Like, comment, smash.
Smash that shit.
Smash it all.
To hell.
I feel like there's another segment that I don't have in my notes. But I'm probably thinking of the SD Perry quotes, which are not here for some unknown reason. I don't know what happened.
I knew that there was gonna be like a new game or something, and I didn't want to go over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's everything then. It's time for some updates. Why is everything
because
oh, you're right. we need to come up with more theme songs. So
Yeah.
Alex's theme song inspired me, so I'm going to see what I can do.
Jesus.
Jazz, what are you
What?
working on? And also, what's coming up?
So I'm still working on episode 3, trying to fulfill my goal of finishing it before I leave town next weekend. That gives me about 6 days.
You think it's going to happen?
I don't know. I just need like lines from 2 more people.
Is it you and me?
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not like big characters, so it's not really a big deal.
What?
But I just think, I just think that Jill and Parker would probably complete the episode.
It would just add a little bit of flavor to it.
Flavor. But, in the meantime, I'm adding lines from everybody else to the video, and at the same time adding like the sound effects, so I can like work the volumes around each other. And then I'm working as well, not as much, but as well on my other project that I've been neglecting for a while, my secret one. And other than that, I'm just fucking around on Gmod, trying to make stupid pictures to send to Alec for his project. I'm hoping to like make some
I'm
stupid
scared but curious.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. What?
I got a whole bunch of characters from a game, so I'm just like
Did what?
being an idiot with it. I'll go over that with you after.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Nice. Alec,
Yeah.
what you got going on?
So I've got, what was it, 3 minutes now? Video done for Life is Stupid.
Nice.
So,
Out of how many minutes?
fuck knows, mate, but we just,
Wow.
we just got out of the classroom, so that's still very at the start of the game, so, yeah, I'm estimating about 10 minutes, something like that. I don't know.
There you go.
Just depends how long it takes to get lines.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a shot at Shaun if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise I'm contemplating redoing the Metal Gear Spunk into a one-shot abridged video. Because I just kind of felt like, okay, I really need to remake the original Metal Gear Spunk, and I just felt like, yeah, I could probably turn it into a one-shot abridged thing, but that would probably take ages to do. But yeah, that's me.
I think that'd be cool. Like, so by one shot, you mean like one video, or you do it all in one sitting?
So like all the events of Metal Gear Solid 1 will be in one video, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just chopped up in highlights.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that, because like you miss out on so much potential content, but it can work really well too.
Also covered up the boring bits where the characters just by themselves for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Metal Gear. You're gonna have to make some cuts somehow,
What are you
somewhere.
trying to say?
Fucking long ass game, but yeah, nice. Waffle, are you doing anything special? When is that machinima debut happening?
I'm gonna start off with making some tea. Beyond that, I really don't have anything planned right now. I would make videos, but I'm not that funny or interesting enough to do so.
Wow.
Your name is Waffle, for Christ's sakes. It's like the most amazing thing breakfast.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I just have work coming up, and that's all I've really got planned.
I think you should do a parody on I Am Bread and just place it as I Am Waffle.
Oh, I could probably make a mod for that.
Yes.
There you go.
Although, to be fair, I have been
soon.
doing a lot of Sims 4 modding.
Oh, nice.
You can find about half the cast of Dead by Daylight on my computer in The Sims
Oh, neat. That's cool.
with custom meshes and all that jazz that I've been trying to figure out.
You got to put the killers in there too.
I've been trying very, very hard to make the spirit, But every time I do, the model just turns into a nightmare not related to her. So
A different nightmare.
it's in progress, but it's not quite there.
Be awesome for the survivors to kick the shit out of the killers for a change.
I mean, you need to make a machinima with that shit. It's just begging for it.
Could definitely do that in like 18 years.
That's how long it takes to make machinima. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that's really going on with me.
Nice.
Shaun.
Only 5 more years to wait for people for episode 13.
I will fucking murder you.
John, what are you working on?
You know, some stuff.
Helpful? Do you want to expand?
Yeah, no. So, I've had some like personal stuff going on this week, which wasn't a whole lot of fun, but it kind of ate up my time. I really only been working on just kind of the voice stuff, like is the primary thing for me, just because like everybody's almost finished with their projects, so I've got a lot of voice work to do so that they're not held up on, you know, waiting for me. So I've just kind of been doing that is kind of like my focus right now. I just want to get all the voice work for current projects done, which is a lot. And I've been just still kind of editing the Let's Plays. But yeah, the Let's Plays are going to be cool. I think I went back and watched some of like the first couple of Let's Plays that I did, and like, oof. I've come a long way. Like they're getting a lot better, I feel, and like it's kind of been nice since I've been doing like a lot of co-op stuff. So like there's still some that are just me, and those just alone are better. Like everything's better about it because I'm just, I don't know, more comfortable doing Let's Plays, because it's weird when you first start out doing Let's Plays because it's super fucking awkward, like when you're not used to it, because like when you're playing a game you're not talking to yourself, so it's weird. Like it comes across as very forced. So like I feel like I'm starting to kind of get out of that, and it's just becoming more like normal and natural for me. So they're like the solo ones are getting better in that regard, and then like the co-op ones that I'm doing with like some of you guys and some other people, like those ones are a lot of fun too, because it's just, I feel like it's a lot more entertaining when you have somebody there to kind of bounce things off and, you know, bounce humor back and forth and things like that. Like those ones I think are going to be really entertaining, and they're coming along really well. So yeah, so just lots of Let's Play stuff, and voice acting has kind of been my focus this past week, and that's that's what I've been working on.
Thanks.
Can I jump in real quick on that sort of topic?
Yeah.
If you want to listen to or watch, I guess, a really cringy, awkward video, I did a Roblox Let's Play alone.
Alone.
Yeah. I'm not going to say where to find it because I don't want you to watch it. But
you said search Waffle Plays Roblox, maybe?
You might get it there. I don't know. Actually, that's not even the title of the video.
Himself.
I got to get better with utilizing tags, because like you can type in like things that should bring you to my videos, like the Ward or like Wardcast, and you don't find the podcast, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Because like I was just being lazy or whatever, and instead of just going to my like whatever creator page or whatever, I was just like, oh, I'll just type this in real quick. This should take me to the podcast, because I wanted to check something in an episode, and it didn't come up, and I'm just like, that's not good. I mean, you type in the basic words of what the fucking thing is and the title of the video itself, and it doesn't come up. Like, that's kind of concerning. So I should probably look at that and see what the fuck is going on. But yeah, tags, they're important, everybody.
I'm guessing today's episode is going to be called something about shoes.
So there you go. Maybe. You'll have to wait and see.
If you Google shoes, the podcast will come up.
Number 1 search results on Google. You can type in the Wordcast episode 46 and it won't come up, but you type in shoes, boom, instant right there.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Shoes thing.
Wow. But
Slippers.
This has been episode 46, like I just said. Thanks for coming by for another juicy serving of video game goodness. If you enjoyed this week's show, smash something. It could be anything. Smash your dog, smash a window, smash your friends. Heck, if you're feeling extra adventurous, you could even smash the like and subscribe buttons. They're down below somewhere. Please. Thank you. Go do them. Smash them. Smash everything.
Buy new shoes.
But who or whatever you choose to smash, we support you. Good job. And with that said, have a stupendous week, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.